watching Vancar. Another day in paradise.
Hello?
Listen, I just need you to take my friend somewhere nearby.
This is Angela, her and I.
Happy Spookies, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, having a most excellent day. And today we're finally going to talk about Dashcam, which just recently came out on Friday. If you haven't seen it, please go rent it. You can rent it on YouTube, Amazon, Vudu. Just Google that shit. Directed by Rob Savage and written by Rob Savage, Gemma Hurley, and Jed Shepard. Now, this is the creative team behind Host from 2020, and I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was excellent. Took found footage, in my opinion, to a whole nother level. Like that found footage documentary says, as technology evolves, these movies are going to be evolved and the storytelling will evolve. In my short that I put out, the synopsis is very non-spoiler that I gave, because you have this Uber Eats driver who goes to pick up food and is tasked with dropping off a person from location A to location B. And while doing so, this crazy nightmarish adventure ensues. So that's the very non-spoiler review of it. Also, I'm gonna have spoilers in this, so I'll let you know ahead of time, but here's my fair warning right now. So we have this Twitch streamer played by Annie Hardy, who you're gonna hate. I guarantee you're gonna hate, or you're gonna love to hate. It's one or the other. You're either gonna fully hate this person, or you're just gonna be so entertained and you hate him at the same time, but it's gonna like surpass that fucking hate. You're like, oh, it's a love-hate thing. That's what it's gonna be like, because she is so obnoxious. Her ideologies on like just politics. This is a movie filmed during COVID, so her ideology with that shows, and she doesn't give a damn. I mean, this is her personality. Within the first few minutes, we learned about her sense of humor because she raps. Her whole shtick is basically,
hi, I'm Annie Hardy, and you're watching Vancar, the internet's #1 live improvised music show broadcast from a moving vehicle.
you like type in a word in her chat with like in all caps locks, and she like basically just rhymes off of that. Her sense of humor is very raunchy because, like I said, the first few minutes of the movie, and she's rapping about like some incestuous shit.
Yes, lockdown, getting it on, having to fuck your own dad. Come on, that's rough. But we do what we must.
I did a little research. I believe she is an actual musician. She's known to have like raunchy titles and stuff like that in her actual albums. Man, like I said, you're gonna hate her because I love that she raps too. Honestly, I didn't mind the rapping. I thought it was actually really cool. Annie fucking Hardy's in the streets. She's driving around, dropping the beats. Gonna go pick up those Uber Eats and let those people sweep their feet. I don't know. Think about that, but really more cringe and raunchy with sometimes some incest shit in there. Oh, really quick, the movie also has Amar Chahad Patel. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Angela Nahoro. Sorry if I said your name wrong. We have Gemma Moore and Salen Baxter, who are both in Host as well. So here is the story of Annie Hardy, who is driving around doing the Twitch streaming thing, and she's basically just losing her mind during the lockdown. And her plan is to basically go to the UK and visit her friend who they used to do tours together. Now, one thing I noticed, or I was trying to figure out, was did her friend know she was coming, or did she just literally buy a ticket, flew to the UK, and like somewhat broke into his house? I don't know. It's so crazy because the way she just shows up, she like knows where a hidden key is at, and she's being extra quiet. Everybody's asleep too. I would imagine if they knew you were coming over, they would be awake. But the way she just like surprises them, she does this thing called a Silver Lake handshake. While he's sleeping, she's filming everything. Her Twitch chat is one of the best things about the fucking movie. Oh man, they are some of the most, it's so plausible because I go on Twitch, I see fucking people talk like this, and it's crazy how like accurate some of these fucking chatters were. So even the chat says like, are you breaking in? Like, this is called a B&E. What the fuck are you doing? She snapped and she spits in her hand and she fucking smacks him right in the face, waking him up. Shout out to you, Stretch, because I really enjoyed her homeboy in the movie. I thought he was funny. And I don't think she knew that her girlfriend was right there, because she like wakes up freaking out with good reason. But this is her personality. This is what you're gonna get. And this is all within the first like 10 minutes of the movie probably. But I loved her. I don't know. It's a fictional character too. It's probably based loosely off of like real people that they've encountered, the writers, but she just felt very grounded. I really enjoyed her. She was one of the better parts of the movie for me.
You can't cancel me, I don't exist.
From an outside perspective, I was looking at some reviews and a lot of people just say this movie doesn't make any sense and this and that. And I guess, like I said, from an outside perspective, it does feel a little messy. But at the same time, why should it make sense? Why does anything have to make sense? Just give me a batshit fucking crazy found footage movie that is somewhat coherent, and I'm fine with it. So how this all basically happens, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. I don't want to go through every detail of the movie. But she drives around with her friend. She gets pissed off because her friend is trying to work and she's basically not giving a shit about the mask mandate. And he's an Uber driver, so when he has to go to multiple food shops. So she ends up causing a lot of drama, a lot of trouble for our homeboy Stretch here. When they get back home though, she ends up getting into it with her girlfriend because she's streaming the whole time. I'm pretty sure the girlfriend is watching the entire time. And she calls her like a feminazi. And as Annie's walking through the door, she gets attacked by her. Like, don't call me a fucking Nazi. I loved Gemma in this movie. Oh man, I thought you were awesome. Her fate is being decided in the kitchen, right? And she's even saying like, oh, am I gonna be executed for owning a red hat? Kind of just like being, mocking. But bitch, you know you're in the wrong. Come on, you have to know you're in the wrong. Like, you were the one being an asshole at the food shop. There's a scene at the food where homeboy Stretch is picking up a food order and she doesn't want to wear a mask and gets into it with the manager. And I'm just like, oh, I've seen this way too many times at work. But man, she takes it to a whole nother level. She's just being so disrespectful.
Told you to get out of the shop! Get out of the fucking shop!
But anyway, she's talking to her chat and she's like, they're gonna fucking decide my fate in the kitchen. Stretch and his girl are talking, probably about kicking her out. And she ends up stealing his car. Now, his phone is in his car, and we've already established that he does Uber Eats. So while she's in there, at some point, his phone goes off. She gets a food order, and she's like, fucking down, dude. I love her. She's like, fuck it, let's go. And one of my favorite parts is when she's at the Beano Cafe. I love how she's always like kind of rhyming and stuff.
The Beano Cafe, there better be no problems with my order today.
It's just little stuff like that she's like constantly doing. I loved her. I don't know. I love to hate her. Fucking, And once she walks into this food place, it's just completely closed. Like, no lights are on. I would just be like, okay, what the fuck is going on? But she don't give a damn. She like walks behind the counter. And I love this little part right here because she comes across like these pickled eggs. And somebody's like, oh, you dare me? Well, send me $20 to my PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, and I'll put this egg in my face.
Got that pay notification.
Oh my God, dude, I love this girl. But here we have Salem. She comes from the back, like, yo, we're closed, you gotta go. And she's like, no, sorry, look, I'm not a regular customer. I got an Uber order. She's like, oh, that's my fault, I should have canceled it. So she's getting walked down. She's like, wait, you have a car, right?
Have you got a car?
If you're trying to steal one of my kidneys.
Annie is taken to the back where it appears like, I don't know why there's beds back there. It's such an odd place. It's like a food shop, but then there's like these like two mattresses back there, and she comes across Angela. It's like this elderly lady with a mask. She looks like she's just fucked up. And even right away, Annie like, red flag. Nope, I'm out of here.
Nope.
Wait.
Bye. She's like says something about human trafficking, but it's showing a little bit of moolah and changes her mind. So now we have Annie dropping off somebody to 214 Timberline Way. It's important that she says that. She even writes it on her hand, 214 Timberline Way. And from here, we have one of the most craziest found footage movies I've ever seen. It is so nasty and filthy and very weird, almost Lovecraftian, and I don't know, I guess I'm using that term very loosely. Also, I want to point out that this entire movie, Angela has like this wireless microphone that when you talk lights up and changes voices and things like that, and it just brings some of the most comedic moments in the entire fucking movie.
Will the queen be there selecting innocent children to eat? You're being awfully tight-lipped.
So anyways, Annie is driving to her destination. She's doing the rap thing, and all of a sudden she starts rapping about something smells. And yep, if you can guess it, Angela is shitting her fucking pants, and it is gross. And there's a part where Annie like lifts up Angela's dress, and you can just see her underwear with just shit on it. I'm just like, oh, that's so fucking nasty, dude. There's a lot of moments where just like you see people throwing up, and it's fucking gross. So they stop at the nearest place, and Angela is taken into the bathroom. While she's walking, she's also pissing on the ground, dude. It is so fucked up. And then Annie is in the stall with her, helping her like cleaning her and stuff like that. It's so nasty. Here's where things just start getting like, okay, what is happening? Because somebody comes in looking for her. Like some other lady, she's like, Angela? And then all of a sudden, like this crazy like power surge happens. The electricity like flickers, like fucking like some, I don't know, like some Stranger Things shit where like the ceiling just like starts to fucking come down. This movie also has a ton of shaky cam, which I don't even mind, to be honest. I'm not a big person that's always like, oh, I hate shaky cam. But I'm just letting you know now because a lot of this is her running and somebody's running and she's got the device where she has like the phone on her hat. So you're gonna get a lot of that type of stuff. Also, the first indicator of something might not be right. Like aside from the fact that somebody's like looking for this girl. So Annie starts being attacked by the lady looking for Angela for whatever reason, we're not sure yet. Annie escapes. It's funny because she's running out the bathroom and she like slips on the pee. This movie has such great like little comedic releases where you don't expect it. You know what else this movie does really good is really good use of jump scares. I'm normally not too big of a fan of jump scares, but this movie just, I don't know, it does it right. It felt like a fucking roller coaster at like, just like it would go on these highs and then you have this like the little quick low and then all of a sudden kick back up. Annie's being attacked. We're in like some sort of restaurant in a bathroom and she runs out. The guy, I believe the only guy there is already killed, and she runs behind like the counter and is hiding. All of a sudden she like looks up and you see the lady getting closer to Angela, who's looking at the TV just staring. As the movie progresses and like just crazier shit starts happening, like there's a part where there's a fucking car crash and it's fucking gnarly, dude. I cannot stand how she drives. I'm getting so ahead of myself, but man, like I said, you're gonna love and hate her, dude. There's parts where you're gonna be like, oh my god, I fucking love this chick, and then you're gonna be parts where you're like, I fucking hate you. But there's a part later on where they end up crashing. It's her, Angela, and Stretch. And it's gnarly because the people they crashed into, this dude's like head and like upper torso, like from right here, is like through the fucking window and his whole other body is like outside of it. Then the car starts burning. And here's a moment where a very just odd occurrence happens because it seems like Annie is stuck in the car and she can't get out and it's like burning and she's choking. All of a sudden you can see that she's in the car trying to get out. Next thing you know, it's like literally in a blink of an eye, she's just out in the middle of the forest and she's like, what the fuck? So from here on out, I believe they're just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with this lady. Who is this other lady chasing us for Angela? Like, why? Also, at some point, we find out that Angela has an Ariana Grande tattoo. So later on, when they finally are able to like capture the lady chasing them and question her, the questioning scene was so hilarious, by the way. Angela's using a microphone and the lady's like essentially trapped. She has her hand broken through the window of the car so she can't move. And Angela's just like asking her questions.
To be hurt. Tell me where the pain is. Where did he touch you? Show me on the doll.
But this is where we find out that the older lady Angela, that, you know,
She's 16.
And this is her mom. And she's trying to grab, like, you know, get her back. Doesn't make any sense. You're like, what? Even Annie's like, okay, man, that's like highly improbable.
Ma'am, you must be rocking some sort of Benjamin Button vagina. Can we have a look?
But then the lady's like, look in my back pocket. And Annie grabs her phone and sees a picture of her and a younger girl with the same Ariana Grande tattoo. Oh, one of my favorite lines in this movie is, it's a little bit before all this stuff happens. Stretch is in the car, like, who the fuck, like asking the lady, like, who are you?
Why do you have an Ariana Grande tattoo?
I loved Annie, dude. But yeah, we find out that supposedly she's 16. We're not sure what's going on right now. And honestly, you don't get much of an answer, to be, now that I think about it. I'll give you my thoughts and interpretations of what little stuff there is that you can probably pick up on, but it's basically left to your imagination on what you think this is happening. So after we find out that she's only 16, Angela shows up. Her mom literally just like rips off her own hand or some shit like that. It looks really fucking nuts, actually. Annie's smart. Annie's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. But Stretch has the camera and he's like trying to like help them out. Next thing you know, Angela just fucking rips off the mom's head, dude, and starts chasing them. There's parts where this old lady is like flying from the trees. But then you see freaking Angela just like rising from the water, dude. It's so creepy. There's a lot of creepy moments where just Angela pops up out of nowhere. All right, here we're gonna go into some really big spoilers. So here's my warning. So at some point, Annie and Stretch have been running. I love the settings of this movie. They are going all around this fucking city. They end up at like some amusement park, which I thought was one of the coolest fucking scenes, was that funhouse scene. I remember watching the trailer and just thinking, what is happening here? I had no idea. It was just a funhouse. When I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, they're going into... somehow ends up at this big like mansion-like place, and she's looking around. It's a very, very luxurious place, but she's like looking around. She's like, this is my house now, doing her little rap thing, you know, and she picks up a piece of mail
At 214 Timberline Way. Shit on my dick, fuck! Oh, fuck, shit on me!
and she's at the place she was supposed to drop off Angela. And right away, after she realizes like some paranormal shit starts happening, the doors start closing, she runs into another room. It is just full. I got like straight up, I believe it's VHS 2. The segment with like the cult, the weird fucking like Japanese cult. But she's in this room and she turns on her light of the camera, and on the wall it looks like type of like Bible pages, but with like this sort of weird symbol on each one. All wearing the exact same thing, like a baby blue shirt, and they all just in unison slice their fucking throats, dude. So near the end of the movie, it's Angela and Annie are like fighting or something, and out of nowhere, tentacles just start coming out of Angela's mouth, dude. And it turns into like this gnarly, I don't know, I guess maybe I'm using the term wrong, Lovecraftian type of monster, because it's just because it has tentacles. I don't know. It turned into like almost like this weird dimension demon looking fucking thing. You never really get a good look at it too. I really enjoyed that part. You don't get a great look at this fucking monster, but it's very slimy. It's got these gnarly hands and like tentacles and stuff. Annie is so badass. I love how she ends up winning. She ends up killing this fucking thing. She's going around through all these cars. She ends up finding Stretch's car there, which is weird because that should have been in the river. And she finds her backpack, she finds her keyboard, and all of a sudden she's being chased by this thing. So the thing follows her under the car, and it gets stuck there because the fucking, I think she ends up causing the car to like fall off the bricks, keeping the fucking monster there. And she literally just grabs her fucking keyboard and just starts smashing the fucking head in, dude. I guarantee you this fucking girl just saved the world. I guarantee you that this thing was gonna go out. It's, in my opinion, they're my opinions. I think it's some sort of cult, and they're probably trying to either, maybe, I don't know if they're, I guess they're trying to keep, I don't know if they're trying to keep this demon at bay, or if they're trying to release the demon into this world, perhaps. But that's my theory, is one or the other. And we have Annie here who just fucking saved the world, dude.
We top flight security of the world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
What is happening? What the fuck? This is fake. At the end of the movie, she's just like sitting in her car. She's just drenched in goo and blood. She's been beaten. She's been bitten. She's been fucking pissed on. And her chat comes back on because the internet connects. And everybody's just like, yo, somebody called the ambulance, this and that. Are you okay? And all of a sudden, she just starts rapping, and it's fucking glorious. I don't know. And it just ends.
Okay. Tell him like OJ. If the glove does not fit, you must acquit. And if your name's Annie Hardy, then you must be the shit.
Also, 9 minutes after the movie starts, we get a title card as well, and I just thought that was great. I don't know. It seems like it's a cult in my opinion, and it just got mixed up. I don't know if Saylin. And here's the thing: what I'm trying to figure out is if Saylin is in the cult and if the mom is in the cult as well. I don't think so. I don't think. Well, obviously the mom probably isn't. She probably knows about the cult, got mixed up with the cult, didn't want to do that shit no more. Maybe the cult. Maybe when the demon. See, I think they put the demon in her. The cult put the demon in Angela because she was 16. The picture proves it. The mom knows it, and all of a sudden she's like this old ass fucking lady. So what if like the demon's just like being drained, like draining her energy, something like that? You know, I don't know. It could mean so much, but I love this movie. I thought it was great and filthy. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just shut up now because this video is probably way too long. If you can't tell, I really enjoyed this movie, and I can't wait to see more from this team. I think they're fucking killing it. If you guys ever see this, you know, all of you, everybody that worked on this movie. I saw in the credits they had some of the people from the other movie. I didn't catch it, but they said they were in it. You know, Caroline Ward, Haley Bishop, Emma Louise. So I'm just excited to see what's to come from this whole entire team because I just think they're excellent. And whatever they put out, I'm fucking there, dude. Anyways, let me know how you're all doing. I've been talking for way too long. Happy Spookies.